Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm actually going to do something a little bit different that I haven't done before, that I've been meaning to do, and that is a 15 tag challenge questions, just kind of a get to know me a little bit, and I've just kind of been putting it off because I've just been so busy. So yeah, I just figured I would go ahead and do that for you guys. I'll go ahead and link the questions below. I actually got these from Rosario. Thanks, girl. I'm going to go ahead and link her channel below. She had done these questions in collab with someone else. I forget who it is offhand, so I'll have to go and look that up, and I'll link their channel below so you can check it out. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is what is the toughest part of YouTube that you've experienced so far? Honestly, I think getting subscribers, because I know that some people become big real fast and other people have really awesome content, but then they have a hard time getting views or followers. So I think the hardest part would be getting the subscribers, because I know it's so hard and so competitive, and it's difficult to get monetization now. So I'd say that's probably one, and also putting together YouTube footage. I have a really old computer, and I'm actually going to be buying another one soon, but my computer is super ancient, and I think honestly one of the biggest things is getting so my computer is super old, so it takes forever to render my videos and put them together and all that stuff, and just adding little clip art, and just it's been a learning curve. So I honestly, back in the day when I used to make animated music videos, I would use Windows Movie Maker, and it was super user friendly. So I'm looking into maybe doing another video program now. So yeah, I think that's probably the hardest part for being a YouTuber for me. So yeah, okay, so what are some, so the next one is, what are 3 random weird facts about you? That's a good question. Okay, so I started building websites when I was about 13 years old. I had a website that hosted all my fan fiction, and that kind of leads into the next one. I'm a huge fanfic writer. I write a lot of Sailor Moon and X-Files fan fiction. I also attend, as you've seen my other channel. I'll link that below, but my other channel is kind of where I do my music videos, mostly X-Files and Sailor Moon, and also talk about my convention experiences. So I think that is super awesome. So where did I grow up? I grew up in Santa Clara, California. So that is the South Bay of the San Francisco Bay Area. And what is the one thing I miss about the place I grew up? The weather. I'm actually in the Bay Area right now. I'm at Santa Cruz. I miss the weather. There wasn't a whole lot of temperature extremes. It was pretty mild. I mean, it didn't get really hot and it didn't get really cold. So I'd probably say the weather, but I don't really miss how expensive it is, unfortunately. But yeah, probably the weather and the cultural atmosphere. There's just so many different types of food to try, so many different types of people. And it was just really awesome to kind of grow up immersed in that. So what is one thing I like about myself? It's a good question. I guess I don't know. What is the one thing I like about myself? I guess my writing. I really like to write, and it's just something I've always liked doing and that I think I'm really good at. So I'd say probably my writing. What is one of your biggest fears, phobia, Do you have a phobia, and if so, what is it? That's a good question. I hate spiders, and I hate heights. I hate windy roads, and I don't know. I think mostly that, and yeah, spiders. And maybe getting in a car accident and dying. I mean, that's always been a big phobia of mine. Yeah, probably that. Okay, so how would you describe your personality? Well, I'm really introverted, if you guys haven't noticed. It takes me a while to kind of open up to people, and then some of you know me, you know that already. But once you get to know me, I'm actually really quite obnoxious. I like to swear a lot. I apologize in advance if that offends anybody, but I like to swear a lot. I like to joke around. Yeah, so like, but when you first get to know me, I'm like super shy. You wouldn't know. And I'm also, yeah, as I mentioned, I'm pretty introverted. So like in the morning, like I'm like really quiet. It takes me a while to kind of wake up. And yeah, so I'd say that pretty introverted, but once you get to know me, I'd say I'm pretty fun and easygoing. It doesn't take a lot to make me upset or offend me. So yeah. Do I have a favorite book? Honestly, I don't really read many books. I read a lot of fan fiction and Harlequin romance novels. So yeah, I don't really have a favorite book, to be quite honest with you. What TV shows are you watching right now, if any? Right now, Shameless just started back up. I'm watching that. Super funny. I'm also watching the new Charmed reboot. That's a really, honestly, I didn't really like it at first because it just seemed like they tried so hard to make it just like the original, and yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. But yeah, it's on its second season now, and I think it's actually pretty good. Like they kind of have like their own ideas going, and so I think it's pretty good. So yeah, so Charmed, Shameless, Jane the Virgin just ended, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing now, and those are the shows that I've kind of been watching. A lot of them have been ending. Pretty Little Liars ended, and yeah, so those are pretty much the main shows we're watching right now. Yeah, so aside from X-Files, sometimes I like to binge that, but it is what it is. How do you handle confrontation? I'm not very good with it. As I mentioned, I'm kind of introverted. I really try and avoid it, to be quite honest, unless I have to. Like if it's something that's going on at work, or if it's something that I'm dealing with my boss or something like that, I feel like I just can avoid most confrontation. Just because I'm super introverted, but like I'm also really shy. So what is the best advice you were given? That's a good question. I think the thing that comes to my mind immediately is probably to let things go. When I was younger, I had a really hard time with just letting things go. Like if something was broken, I'd literally like cry over it. So I'd say probably to let things go. Like things that are out of your control, to kind of just let it go and move on. I know it's kind of like easier said than done, but yeah, I'd say probably to just let things go. Have you ever been in the military, or is your spouse in the military? No and no. Who was your first concert? I think that was a concert I went to with my dad, which was Pat Benatar. Do you have an item that you've had for years and can never throw away? If so, what it is and what does it represent? I actually have a lot of things like that. I can't honestly name one, but probably some of my X-Files collector stuff, because yeah, I'm a huge fangirl. Okay, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live and why? I've went over this question before, and growing up, honestly, I've always really wanted to live in Japan. I'm not really sure how realistic that would be long term. I just think it would be a really cool experience. I'm not sure if I'd want to live there like permanently, but I'd like to like experience the culture for maybe a year, teach English there. Or Hawaii maybe. I also live in California, so I'd say I really like living in California. I know a lot of people say it's so expensive to live here, and that's true. It's like super expensive, but I really like the culture. I really like being close to things, having so many different things to do and having all those options. So I really like that about living here. I think though I'd probably want to live in Southern California because it's a bit warmer there and the beaches are really nice and they have the most stuff going on. So I'd probably say maybe, realistically speaking, about living circumstances, maybe Southern California. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my Get to Know Me tag. I will throw those links in the comments below so you guys can go ahead and answer this tag. I'd love to learn more about you too. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!